الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Madam Chair, Commissioners, Lead Counsel, Assistant Lead Counsel, viewers and listeners, members of the press, good morning and welcome back to our daily proceedings of this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. Without wasting time, I now yield the floor to Madam Chair for our next item on our today's agenda. Madam Chair, over to you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. May I now call on Honorable Sila to lead us in Muslim prayers and Honorable Joyner to lead us in Christian prayers.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق الناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره عظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. May the good Lord have mercy upon us today. May He grant us favor, good health, happiness, and renewed strength. May He turn our mourning into dancing, sadness into joy, and may His abundant grace be made available and sufficient unto us. And may we continue to press on towards the mark this day, henceforth, and even forevermore. Amen.
So can you call the witness? Tell her.
Good morning. Welcome, Mr. Witness. You may kindly take your seat. Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, may I remind you that you are still under oath.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you.
Good morning, Mr. Ture.
Good morning.
You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Council, I believe yesterday
I had made an application to tender some documents when the electricity had gone off.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So let me just proceed to admit these documents.
I'm grateful.
A letter dated the 30th of January 2021 addressed to 5C with the heading Request for your swift intervention to upgrade the digital tax collection devices. The letter was written by the witness Usman Ture, CEO of Bassa Area Council. And a letter dated 16th of October 2020 with reference BSAC PR/74/118/01 addressed to CEO 5C Energy with the heading Zero Collection on Monday. Said letter is written by the witness Usman Ture, and the said letter is also addressed to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government and Lands, Chairman, Local Government Service Commission, Director of Governance, Ministry of Local Government and Lands, Chairman, Bassa Area Council, Acting Director of Finance, Council Planner. These two documents are admitted together in evidence and marked as LGC/OT/CEO/BSAC/014.
As a commission, please. I'm grateful. Thanks. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Ture.
Good morning, Council.
Yesterday, we were going through the task force report.
Yes.
So we'll just continue from there today.
Yes. Good morning.
Morning.
As I promised yesterday, with your permission, I have the other report, the other task force report with me.
There.
Yes.
Registrar, please assist.
And I also have a response from Mr. Lamin Suso to the Minister of Education, Minister of Local Government.
Can you speak into the mic, please?
I said I also want to tender the response to allegations for professional misconduct by Lamin Suso to the Permanent Secretary.
Okay.
I also have the letter of allegations of professional misconduct from the Ministry to Lamin Suso. I want to tender them. And I also have a framework agreement approved by GPPA for GNPC and JOL petrol stations, petrol companies.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll deal with the letters in respect of the allegations of professional misconduct first. So, Chairperson, I apply to tender. Actually, before that, Mr. Ture, these are the photocopies.
Yes.
Would you have the originals?
The
Or
originals.
would you know where the originals are?
The originals, most likely, they should be in the office in Basel.
Okay, but they were copied to you as well.
Yes, they were copied to me.
All right, so with all the other original documents that we have requested, can you make sure that they're provided? Chairperson, I apply to tender the letter from the Ministry of Lands to Mr. Lamin Suso, dated 17th November 2022, headed Allegations of Professional Misconduct, and the response from Lamin Suso to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Lands, dated the 22nd November 2022, headed Response to Allegations for Professional Misconduct.
A letter dated the 22nd of November 2022, written by Lamin Suso, the Director of Finance, Basse Area Council. The said letter was addressed to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry for Lands, Regional Government and Religious Affairs, with the heading, Response to Allegation for Professional Misconduct. The said letter is copied to the Chairman, Basse Area Council, Chief Executive Officer, Chairman, Establishment Committee, Basse Area Council, Chairman, Accounts and Audit Committee, Basse Area Council. And a letter dated the 17th of November 2022, the said letter is written by George Nyuki on behalf of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government and Lands. The letter is addressed to Mr. Lamin Suso with reference LM 35/131/01/Part 4 in brackets 86. These documents are admitted together and marked as LGC/OT/CEO/BSAC/015.
The Commission, please. Mr. Chair, the Task Force Committee report that you provided,
Yes.
where's the original copy?
The original copy is with the committee. But this was never shared.
It was never shared.
It was reported at the General Council, and from there it was kept with them.
So this report is slightly different from
The one I submitted
the one that
yesterday.
you submitted yesterday.
Yes.
It looks like this one may have been ordered to be done earlier.
Yeah, this is the second one.
It's the second
The
one.
first one I submitted was from the Finance Subcommittee, a task force by the Finance Subcommittee.
Okay, and
this one is general.
Task Force Committee.
Yes, Task Force Committee, yes.
Very well. Chairperson, I apply to tender the report on
Deputy Registrar.
report on financial crisis and revenue suppression of Basse Area Council by the Task Force Committee. The report is undated, but it says that the exercise ended on the 4th of October 2022. Apply to tender it as an exhibit.
I think inside it started in June. The investigation started in June.
The Task Force Committee report on financial crisis and revenue suppression of Basse Area Council, which exercise ended on the 4th of October 2022, which was signed by Yuba Jawara, Chairperson Task Force Committee, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/OT/CEO/BSAC/016.
As the Commission, please. Mr. Chair, you've provided the The letter from Gambia Public Procurement Authority that you provided is an approval for the framework agreements, not the actual framework agreements.
Yes.
Do you have the framework agreements?
Yes, I tried to check for it, but I could not find it. So when I contacted the GPPA, they said they have everything in their file and they have submitted it here.
We'll
Yes.
look for that. This is also a photocopy.
Yes.
Can you tell us where the original is?
Even the original, when I contacted the procurement officer, so that if I'm going to Basse, he can help me with that.
Okay.
He said during the audit report, internal system audit, national audit, and the police investigators, because he has been taking out the documents. According to him, he missed the documents. Because what I am doing in Basse, all the procurement-related documents are filed, and those files are kept in the procurement office.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Chairperson, I apply to tender the Gambia Public Procurement letter dated 11th March 2022, headed Framework Agreement.
A letter dated 11th of March 2022 with reference GPPA/BSAC/TR/TR1/22 in brackets and MLT in brackets. The letter is addressed to the Chief Executive Officer of Basse Area Council with the heading Framework Agreement. The said letter is signed by Musa El Toure for Director General and is copied to Chairman Basse Area Council, Director of Finance Basse Area Council. The said letter is admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/OT/CEO/BSAC/017.
Has the Commission, please? I'm grateful. Mr. Chair, so there are two other letters that you provided. One is dated the 1st of July 2022 and is from the Institute of Internal Auditors addressed to one Modus Cisse.
Oh, that one is a mistake. Yes.
It's a mistake?
Yes.
Okay, there's another one dated 17th of May 2023, and it's an invitation to the Institute of Internal Auditors International Conference in Amsterdam, Netherlands, July 10th to 13th, 2023.
That one, I packed it with the documents together. I'm sorry for
It's
that.
also a mistake. I thought so. That's why I wanted to check.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. So back to the report, the task force report from yesterday. Chairperson, your mic is on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So one of the observations that were made was that the duty collectors are collecting revenue within Basse only, and they have a specific average amount they generate every day. That is $4,200, with a high number of businesses in Basse, and the remaining 6 districts remains uncollected. Are they saying that the revenue collectors are only collecting in Basse and they're not collecting from the other 6 districts?
Yes, according to their findings, this is what they have observed. But we have collectors who are posted in all the districts.
Okay.
Yes.
And those collectors were not making collections?
At that point in time, they may be right at that point in time to say that those collectors are not making any collections. only the collectors in Basse are making collections.
Were you aware of this at the time?
I was not aware of that.
Was the Director of Finance aware?
I want to believe because the collectors are all under him, under his purview.
But if he was monitoring the collections and you were monitoring him,
Yes.
is this not one of the things that you would have discovered? That there's a whole period where there's no revenue collections coming in from the other 6 districts.
Yes, yes, this is what I'm saying. If it's possible, there are certain times in the year, like during the rainy seasons, it's always very difficult to make collections in the districts.
Why is that?
So, because most of the residents will be going to their farms, and also to get money from them is also a problem. So, but this particular issue of collectors based in Basse during the collection, that one I'm not aware of that one. It came out in the report in their investigation. It's a lapse in terms of my monitoring system, because I should have flagged it before they go into the field, before they discover it.
Okay.
Yes.
So they said that most of the big businesses are not paying the amount they should pay for their trade license. Example, Furu Gomez Pharmacy paid only $500 as a trade license. And Boringo Inn with its bar, guest house, and restaurant paid only $7,500. Were they meant to pay more than this? Do you know what's in the tariff?
I could not recall exactly what is the tariff for those particular businesses. I know we have a very old tariff that we have been using.
Okay.
Yes.
So you don't know what the tariff for a pharmacy is?
Unless I refer to the tariff.
Okay. So they've said that NAWEC paid $657,000, and they were supposed to pay $800,000, including the transformers, but they're not paying that now. So were you aware?
Yes.
Okay.
We used to send them a demand note, including their transformers.
You used to send them what?
We used to send them a demand note. A demand note, that is an invoice,
Yes.
including their transformers, their stations, and their borehole in the region. But for that particular year, they came back to us and said that for all the councils, they never paid their transformers. So why are we including the transformers there? So, based on their reconciliation with us, we arrived to that amount, and that was what they paid instead of the $800,000 levied on them before.
They said Manlafi Baji deposited $451,000 at Vista Bank from August to September 2022. And we don't know why he, being the finance manager, is depositing funds to the council accounts when they're revenue collectors.
The revenue collectors, Manlafi used to go with the revenue collectors, but what is right is when the revenue collectors collect, they should deposit this money by themselves, because they are going to be accounted for it, because what you collect in your machine, that is what is registered in the 5C system. So in your reconciliation, if it is deposited by Manlafi, during the reconciliation, there will be a problem. I think so. I believe those were some of the issues that the collectors were having problems with them, because when it comes to the reconciliation, for them to close their books, it's always a problem.
So because
but it's not proper.
When Manlafi and the director came, I believe they said that they don't actually collect revenue, they just supervise the revenue collectors.
The revenue collectors are the ones handling the machines.
And they should also be the ones handling the cash.
They should be the one who should handle the cash, but the cash should not be given to Manlafi or to the finance director. But these people are directly working under them, so they have influence over them.
And this is from August to September 2022 that he was given $451,000, which he deposited.
Yes.
There is also the Director of Finance has been depositing funds to the bank as per the council bank statements amounting to $1,050,000, which is not in line with his responsibilities as a finance director. He also withdrew $2,825,467 from 2021 to now, and there is no reason stated in the bank statement for the withdrawals. Were you aware of this?
I think these were the issues that were further brought in by the system audit.
Okay.
Yes.
Did these issues never come up during the regular annual audit exercise carried out by the National Audit Office?
For them, most of the time when they come, they will do the sampling. They will do sampling. So if some of these account statements are not part of what they sample, they will not be able to trace this.
Okay.
And our own people, the task force, they were able to collect all the statements. And when the task force, they were able to collect all the statements and reconcile them. And when the system audit also came, they were able to collect these bank statements and reconcile. But you can see there are differences in their reconciliation.
Sorry, Assistant Registrar, can I have the other task force report? You're using it? Okay, that's fine. Thank you. So the report that we just dealt with was sanctioned by General Council meeting dated 30th September 2022, right?
Yes.
And then, so in that report, they said that the committee interviewed 11 staff from the finance department from the 5th October to the 30th of October. Now, you said that that's the finance committee task force.
Yes.
You now have the task force committee, which is the general one that you've told us about this morning, and they report on the financial crisis and revenue suppression of Basse Area Council. The task force was established in June 2022 by the General Council's resolution. And it says the exercise ended on the 4th of October 2022, and it basically lists what they consider all the causes of the financial crisis and revenue suppression of the council found by the committee. But I just wanted to find out, is there a reason why you had to do successive investigations into the financial issues of the council in 2022?
Yeah, because anytime we go to the General Council and they ask us about the projects, the answer is always there is no fund.
Always there's no what?
There is no fund in the council's account.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is why that was what prompted them to go ahead to find out, and also informations were reaching them individually that collectors are bringing physical cash to the council, and informations were also reaching them that collectors are collecting but they are not depositing this money.
So one of the reasons that they have stated to be the cause of the financial issues is corruption, including embezzlement of revenues such as collecting monies from businesses without issuing any receipts, duty collectors issuing blank tickets, issuance of used tickets to vendors, negotiating evaluated businesses. Can you tell us what you know about that? Which people were doing it, etc.?
Yes, during their investigation, they have noticed that there are some businesses that have paid, but they were not issued any receipt. It could be recalled that at the beginning of 2022, Director of Finance came with a carton full of invoices from Brikama with the logo of Basse Area Council on it, and he wanted us to use those ones, pre-printed invoices, instead of using the IFMIS invoices, because we use the IFMIS invoices. So, but when we look at it, we compared and we, look at the risk attached. Those things were impounded and they were stopped and they were never used in the system. When these people went on their investigation, they realized that the business people, the business vendors will pay, but they are not issued receipts. They've also realized that the Lumo collectors were using loose ticket. That is, if they go to Usman paid $10 because Lumo is $10. When they give me the ticket, most of the time, those people will say, no, I'm okay. Because traditionally they believe that if you keep that ticket with you, maybe you will not have any sale. They will tell you, I'm okay. So this collector will keep that ticket and move to the other vendor. So the only ticket that he has, he can move continuously maybe to 2 or 3 vendors. But when this team went, they've realized that they have collected money from several of them, but they were not issued tickets. So when they are contacted, they came up with the story that when we give them the ticket, they will not hold the ticket. But the ticket will never be discarded, but they will continue with it.
Do you know which revenue collectors these were?
These were the Lumo collectors.
I know, but do you know their names?
Unless I know the time exactly, because we keep on changing them. When such things happen, we have to ask the whole team to stay away from the collection, and we send in another new team.
Is there a reason why you do not dismiss them? Because there was a time when the council had the power to dismiss staff up to grade 5, right?
Yes.
And then it was reduced to grade 3?
Yes.
Most of your revenue collectors are in grade 3.
Most of them are in grade 3.
Is there a reason why you could not dismiss all the revenue collectors that were essentially stealing from the council?
Yes. Most of the time, these matters are brought to the General Council.
Okay.
But there are no resolutions passed for the establishment committee to make recommendations so that I can also forward it to the ministry of our line ministry. Because looking at the Act 43(1), at the end, that I'm subjected to their direction and their control. So based on that, I always wait for their directions, then I can also move ahead to take actions.
I've seen quite a few minutes in the General Council meetings where they're complaining about the revenue collectors, and they've actually made asked that the issue be resolved and that the revenue collectors be held accountable, that there be disciplinary measures taken against the revenue collectors. Can you confirm?
Yes, I could remember a group of Lumo collectors, they were found wanting. At one point in time, I served them, though it was not time for their leave, I served all of them to go on leave, because this issue has been persisting. But what really happened was, when they were served, there are those leave letters for them to go on leave. The matter was taken to the General Council. What came out is that millet that we resolve it, and whatever they are found wanting, let them resolve let them pay back the money.
That was the decision of the council?
Yes.
So I'll just refer you to minutes of the General Council meeting held on Tuesday, May 31st, 2022 at the Council's chamber. And they're saying that about the issue of collectors bringing money to the council, Honorable Mbai Ture said that this must stop. In response, the CEO said that all collectors were served with a memo to desist from bringing money to the council. The Director of Finance said that it is not frequent for collectors to give money to senior collectors. He said that it was done accidentally and did not happen more than 4 times. He then said that they will try their best to put a stop to the act. Is this a correct statement?
It's a very correct statement.
That it was only done 4 times?
No, it can be more than that, because the several collectors have testified that here that they have been bringing money to the council and they have given it to the...
So at the time that this meeting took place and the director made this statement, was any verification done to confirm whether what he said was actually true?
Can you please remind me of the date?
May 2022.
Yeah, after that, other events also occur.
After that, other events
If you look
occurred.
at the internal auditors, the council's internal auditors report,
Okay. So they're saying...
they made 2 reports.
They said, Honorable Danso said that whoever's service is needed should be present to provide information. The Vice Chairman said that it is not within the powers of the Director of Finance to stop anybody from coming to answer questions of the FSC. They then opined that the FSC did not make enough efforts to meet Manlafi. The CEO said that chairpersons of the subcommittees can contact him for any information or persons that they need to help in their investigation or exercise. Looking at the deposits of collectors, the chairman wondered why the council still retained some of its collectors, mentioning few names whose deposits did not surpass 4 times a month. The Director of Finance said that some collectors' names are not captured at all. He also said that the insufficiency of machines and the unwillingness of the people to pay due to lack of security also contributed to this menace. However, the chairman said that the issue of security is not an excuse, noting that collection was done over the years without any security provision and money was coming. So there's a whole, they go on and on about these issues. But does the council not employ several security officers?
Yes.
Quite a few, right?
Everywhere.
So is this statement correct, that there's no security to assist in collecting revenue?
Yeah, we have securities.
And
Council
we've been told
securities.
that the security accompany revenue collectors sometimes when it is needed.
Mostly they accompany the market collectors and the Lumo collectors, because that is where normally we have problems.
So that's what I'm asking. Is this statement that security is an issue and that's why collections cannot be made, is that a fair statement?
No, that is not a fair statement. I will not agree to that.
You also said that the Director of Finance came with printed GTR books from Brikama. Was that what you said?
Yes.
And were these official GTR books printed by the government press?
No.
These were privately printed
He privately
receipts.
printed them and brought them to the council for us to use them instead of using the 5C invoice, because all the invoice that we are serving, we print them from the 5C system.
But then you had already said that there were some GTR books that were left over, right, with the council, the ones that were within his custody.
Yes, they were under his custody, and those ones were all stopped.
So is there a reason why he would, assuming the council decided that you could actually use GTRs, is there a reason why he would not use the official GTRs printed by the government printers and would rather print privately?
You know, the GTR and the invoices are different. GTR
different.
is when you pay, then give you the receipt.
Okay, so tell us
This
about the invoices.
This one is invoice. That's where they put the amount that you are supposed to pay. Then they will give it to you and give you a duration of 7 days, as stipulated in the Local Government Act. They will give you a duration of 7 days within which you should try to pay. But this, most of the time, when they give you, most of the people, when they are with their cars, they pay immediately. Or they will tell you, tomorrow you can come for your money, or maybe the next day or in few days. But the maximum period of waiting should be 7 days.
But then
Yes.
even if you give them the invoice, you would have to issue them a receipt when they pay.
When they pay you.
So
you
what
get
was the
receipt.
purpose of that invoice? Is it that the council did not have invoices?
Well, I don't know the purpose because we have invoices. We have the 5C system that printed invoices, and
the
that one we
5C
can control.
Sorry, let me just understand. The
Yes.
5C system prints invoices as well as receipts.
Yeah, the receipt mustn't print the receipts.
Yes,
So
but you're
we
saying
give-
that the 5C system prints invoices.
Yeah, the 5C system that you don't need to write the name of the vendors there because already the vendor's name is in the system. But the receipt the invoice that he brought, you have to use
Pen.
your hand pen. You write the name of the vendor and even the amount, which I have seen that is not reliable and the risk activity is very high because you can go negotiate like what the auditors have unfolded. You can go and negotiate instead of 5,000, you can write 500, and that is the 500 that will bring. And there is no system that we can account for that for such.
But then the 5C system would have the amount as well as the name.
Exactly. When they go for their assessment, they'll come with the name and the amount. So that one will be the system. And when they are printing the invoice, the name and the amount and the location of the business will all come. Whereas this other one is just blanks where
It's
you have to
whatever you
fill.
write on it.
Whatever you write. And that one we cannot control it because we don't know where it's even printed.
Do you know what funds paid for it?
Huh?
Do you know how he paid for it?
Where he pays for it.
How he paid for it?
No,
was
I
it
was
the council's funds?
I was never consulted. It was when he brought them that he called me and said, we are having problem with 5C invoice. Why not we use this other one? Then I called the Lansing manager. I called the IT officer. I said, come and look at this and let's discuss it. After the discussion, I told them that, well, I don't think I can accept this thing to be in the system. But those two people are my witness, and they can attest to it.
Well, I think the chair had questions.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Ture,
Yes.
I believe that Mr. Suso
Yes.
has stated in writing,
Yes.
that is pursuant to the letter dated the 22nd of November 2022,
Yes.
which was a response to the allegations that were made to him for professional misconduct,
Yes.
where he indicated that your council is running the two parallel systems, both the cash book system and the machine. So now my question is, you've just talked about the issue of the invoice.
Yes.
But what we were made to understand, both by the IT officer and the general manager of 5C, is that
Yes.
the information of the clients
Yes.
is contained in the machine,
Yes.
their location
Yes.
and how much they should pay
Yes.
is all contained in the machine.
Yes.
So, and I believe that before the collectors go to the market, they know what they are collecting, because they are very clear of the revenue lines,
Yes.
individually what they collect.
Yes.
So I don't understand how the issue of the invoice will come into play when all of this data is inputted in the machine, and it is for you just to go and say, have you paid? And the person will say, I have not paid. And if he is willing to pay at that moment, it's for you to collect the money and generate the receipt and give it to them. Because remember, assessment was already done, and they know how much they are supposed to pay,
Yes.
if that is the situation.
Yes.
So how does the issue of the invoice come into play in this kind of circumstance?
Okay. Can I please
Yes,
be clear?
yes,
Can I
yes.
please be clear? Which of the invoice? Is it 5C invoice? So I can explain that.
No, generally invoices,
Okay, thank you.
when you know, because I believe the rationale for
Yes.
bringing in the POS is to to do away with, filling in those forms, you understand, as invoice and giving it to, you understand, the taxpayers, of collecting data from the taxpayers and filling it in and then allowing them to hold on to that invoice and coming back to collect the revenue. Is there not some of those challenges? That is why You negotiated for the POS?
Yes.
Okay.
Normally, after the assessment,
Yes.
they will go out with the invoices, that the 5C invoices. Like if it is Usman Toure, my name will be there, the amount that I will pay, and my location and my telephone number will be on that invoice.
Okay.
So if they come to my shop, they know they have already given money.
How is it different with the demand note?
That is the same. That's the same thing. Demand notes normally are given to the big businesses and the banks, but this one is like an A4 size, printed with the logo and whatever securities on the paper. But that one is at least secured than what he has brought. So when they come to when I'm already served with this 5C invoice, if it is time for collection, when they come to my shop, they will type my name on the machine, and obviously it will come out, it will bring my name. Like if they say Usman, then you look at Usman Toure, then you will see everything about Usman Toure compared to the invoice they have given you.
Okay.
Yes. I will provide you
a sample of
an invoice.
So that we have clarity.
Yes, a sample of an invoice that correlate to a sample ticket for that matter, because the machine will generate the ticket based on what is in the invoice.
So it is a process that before you do anything, if you go to a client, if you go to the taxpayers, you give them that invoice first.
Yes, normally they go out to give them invoice. That is
it a process you were following, or is it you do it as and when you want to do it?
It's a process that we have been following.
So for every taxpayer, you must give him that document. If it is not a demand note, it is that form of invoice.
Yeah, that is for those businesses.
For the smaller businesses?
For the smaller businesses, yes.
Okay.
And for the banks, they are also served with it. Nawe, Gamtel, and other, they are all served with that the same invoice.
But you said those ones are served with demand notes.
Yeah, demand notes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joyner.
Yes, two questions. I just want some clarity.
Thank you.
You said when Mr. Suso was coming to Basse Area Council, he came with a bunch of GTRs.
No, invoices.
Invoices.
With the council's logo on them.
With Basse's logo on it.
Basse Area Council, that is in 2022.
Yes.
Beginning January 2022. Remember, he came there in 2021.
Yes.
So after being there for almost, you can say, 11 months or a year, then when he was coming the following year, he came with this, so that instead of printing, because he said the issue of printing takes time before the 5C invoices are printed. It will take time here and there. Now I have invoices that are readily available. It's a matter of we go to the business, write their name, the amount they are going to pay, and their telephone numbers. So.
Okay, you also talked about he came also with GTR books?
No, he didn't come out with GTR books. The council's GTR books were with him. When I collected them from the Gambia National Printing, I handed over all the GTRs to the then Director of Finance, Babukar MJ Kante. So it was part of Babukar MJ Kante's handing over that he handed over those GTRs to him, because it's a custom that are found in the council, both the GTRs and the bank books, the checkbooks are all under the custody of the finance department.
Now, my question is,
yes.
When you noticed that,
yes.
Since it was a tradition or you met it there,
yes.
Now, didn't you do something because you are new, you have the opportunity to change things
yes.
for the betterment of the council.
So,
and I know the GTRs were suspended.
Yes.
Now, what do you do with those GTRs that were given to Mr. Suso for custody? Actually,
when we stopped this GTR, it was in May for it to be effective in June 2020. Since that 2020, June to December, and January 2021, I have not encountered any problem regarding the GTRs while they were under the custody of the former Director of Finance. So I presume that leaving them with the Finance Department is still safe with me, because I never thought that after stopping it, anybody will use them for any other business.
So are you saying for sure that after it was stopped, they came back and started using it? Under the director, the then current Director of Finance, that is Mr. Suso.
Yes, after stopping it, they were using it clandestinely under their department without my notice.
Okay, that's for clarity. Another one is when the rate collectors are going out.
Yes.
Now, the machines that they were using the previous day, do they keep it to themselves or do they leave it with the IT officer so that when they are going out again, they would be checked to see whether these machines are functional? Because if not, they can go and collect and come back and say the machine is not functional.
Yes, thank you. Normally, these machines are kept by the collectors, unless when there is issues. Because the reason is that, like for example, the market, they may work very early, and there may be inconvenience when these machines are with the IT office and they are in his office. These people want to go to the market, and access and auditing may be a problem. The Lumo collectors also, they normally wake up very early. Sometimes as early as 5 a.m. they will leave Basse to go to Sarabojo or to go to Sarangai. So having these machines all parked at the council may bring some inconvenience. There were instances where when we decided to bring all the machines, I could remember very early in the morning, like 6 or sometime 5, they will come because I was staying next door to we are staying in the same campus with the IT office. They will come to him for their machines because normally these machines also you have to charge them. They are just like mobile phones, so you have to charge them every day before you use them. So we look at all those things and we finally decided to leave it with them.
You see, the second answer to my question shows the need for it to be deposited at the council because of electricity.
Yes.
You will be sure that they will be charged if they are in the council.
You are right.
Now, the other point that I wanted to know is these machines, because testimonies have been made here that when they go out at times the machine is faulty and they come out with that excuse that the machine was faulty. That's why I collected the monies without issuing them receipts. Now, my problem here is, don't you have a working time? When you start work and when you close from work?
Yeah, we have a working, just like the working hours for the central government, from 8 to 4 p.m. But like our collectors, especially those in the districts, they will, because based on their appointments, they will be in this village collecting, while the other village is also waiting for them. Because normally these rates and tax payers, they will mostly assemble at the alkali's place, and they want to pay their monies there while in the presence of the alkali. So, or sometimes they will pay their monies to the alkali, and the collectors will go there at odd times. Yes, because I could remember sometimes I have to wait for these collectors at the office for them to come.
Now, my problem with that excuse is that most of these rate collectors have motorbikes.
Yes.
So they can move, they can shuttle. So what is stopping them? If I'm in village A, up to the time that I should be in village B, don't they have phone numbers to call to say I will be late?
Yes, they have phone numbers to call the alcalis,
Yes.
but the alcali will always tell them that I have already assembled my people. So please, when you finish village A, come to village B.
Yeah, but you are already doing a work in village A.
Yes.
So you cannot go midway and stop that work. It's for you to plead on the alkali, because the alkali is paid an honorarium for doing what he is doing.
Yes.
So he should also know that you guys have a capacity problem.
Yeah, frankly, it will occur to us that if we leave, for example, if you are one of the alcalis, if we leave money with alkali B, it's possible if you go there in the morning, he can say, they came to pay, but you are not here, they have all gone back. So to assemble them again, you have to give me another appointment. So for us not to miss that, they will continue working. But like before, in the early 20, in the mid 20, when we started using the digital system, and up to the mid part of the 2021, I have a dashboard in the office that I used to monitor these collectors, and it was very helpful. But it went to a stage where I was not able to use the dashboard anymore. But it was very, 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 very useful. It was very, very useful. I used to track if the collectors came, I can track what they have collected, and even if they go and deposit, I also look at the SMS and compare to what they have collected, and in many times they will be asked to go and pay back.
Yeah, Mr.
But this,
Mr. Ture.
I'm going to the question.
Mr. Ture,
Yes.
why
Exactly.
was your dashboard not functioning in mid-2021?
Yeah, like I said, it all occurs that it happens, frankly, it happens that I become too lazy, nervous, even to use the machine. And it will be like that until the issue of network and other things. But I really found it very, very useful and very, very good. Because I can even use it to even call the vendor, how much have you paid? Because the telephone number is there.
Yeah, so in retrospect, you are saying
Yes.
this problem really rests on your shoulder.
Yeah, because I don't know exactly what really happened.
But the problem of the dashboard rests solely on your shoulder.
That one, yes, the dashboard, I used it, it was very, very, very good.
Okay,
because
thank
I
you.
even have it in my computer. There was an instant when one Mohamed Lamin Keru went with his collector to Eco Bank, then we have an account. I saw the amount 25,000. He went to deposit it, and the SMS alert that I have seen was like 15,000. So I called him immediately. I said, where are you? He said, I'm at the bank. I'm just going out of the bank. I said, how much have you deposited? He said, 25. I said, no. What I have seen in the alert is 15,000. So go back to the cashier. He can attest to that. He went back there. I think he sat there until when the bank closed. The cashier did all his reconciliation and realized that, yes, this particular officer came with 25,000, not 15,000. It was very, very useful. And that time I was even all the way in Gunjur, because I used this is on my laptop as well.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I just wanted to find out about the Alcalos collections that you were informing Commissioner Joyner about. You're saying that the Alcalos gather the people and then require your collectors to come and collect the rates from them.
Yes.
But the reason why you're paying commissions to the Alcalo is so that they collect the rates on your behalf. Is that all right?
Yes.
So why is it that they're not collecting the rates on your behalf?
Yeah, because we have to issue them with receipts.
Yes.
When he said this is from Usman, then we enter the amount for Usman and all the details for Usman. Then we print out Usman's receipt. So because otherwise, you are going to print all the receipts and leave them with the alkali. And,
but that's actually what your revenue collectors have said that they do. They said that the alcalde has his book and he has his assistant or something, and he will enter all the names. He has a register with all the names of the people that should pay rates within his area and how much they've paid. And he provides all of that to your revenue collectors when they come. And your revenue collectors will go through the cash to confirm that it's right, and they will then issue receipts to each person and leave it with the alcalde, who will then distribute the receipts. So I'm trying to reconcile that with your evidence now.
Yes, there were issues with that. I could remember when the then Minister of Local Government, with the Permanent Secretary, they were on tour in 2022. We went to a village called Garawal, and alcalde came there and said, area council, they have collected the monies from my community that I have collected, but they have not given me the receipt. Then the minister asked the Permanent Secretary for me to explain. Then at that point, I told them, unless I go back, I invited the alcalde to come and the collector for that area to come. So there was a time I told them, you don't have to collect their money without receipt. Only collect the money when there is receipt. If you go there, you say there is no network and you cannot print out the receipts, please wait for the network.
So
or
then
whatever.
if the alcaldes are not collecting the rates on your behalf, then they should not be paid a commission, no?
They are doing that effort because they have to assemble them, bring them, all of them to their compound, and the defaulters, they also follow them for us.
Okay.
Yes.
So what about your district tribunal? Do you have any cases before them for defaulters or things like that?
Yeah, the district tribunals.
Do you have a magistrate's court in Bassett?
Yeah, we have a magistrate court in
So
Bassett.
your rates cases, is it at the magistrate's court that you deal with them, or at the district tribunal?
No, at the district level.
At the district tribunal?
Yes.
Because you pay the staff of the tribunal, right? Is it the council that pays
No.
either the tribunal or the court?
We give court members allowances because they are paid by the ministry.
So
and
that's
we
the
give
magistrate's court?
No.
The district tribunal?
District tribunals, yes. The court members and the chief.
Only the court members and not the court at staff?
No, the court members. Each of them, according to them, should be entitled to 4 court members.
Okay.
But if you look at that of Basse, it's different. Instead of having 4 to each, some of them will go up to 5. And so we pay the court members and the chief, but we don't give them salary, we give them allowance.
Okay, so you pay them allowances.
Yes.
But you don't summon any of your defaulters before them?
This has been a growing concern, and the General Council has been complaining about that, because
So that's in there, some of
normally after every court sitting, there should be a percentage that should be paid back to the council.
You're supposed to collect the fines from
Yes,
the
the
district
fines,
tribunal.
but this has not been coming. Like if they take somebody to court for illegal cutting down of trees, that court fines is taken by forestry. If they
It's taken by what?
forestry department.
Okay.
Yes, when they take somebody for illegal fishing in the river, is also taken by the fisheries. When we invited them to the General Council, we find out from them, they said these monies are taken to their headquarters and they are paid to the central bank, to the consolidated accounts. So it goes back to
Who says that it's taken to their headquarters? Whose headquarters?
the then forest, the forestry officer, because these fines never came to us.
And did
So-
you find out what your entitlement were to those fines? Or did you just take what they said?
We just
Because it's
take-
you and the district tribunal, right? You have no business with forestry, you have no business with
Yes.
fisheries. It says that the court fines from the district tribunal are to be paid to the council.
Yeah, because these people are within our jurisdictions.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So all it says is that the fine should be paid to the council. So when somebody else comes and tells you that, well, actually they're entitled to the fines, would you not check to make sure whether this is actually accurate? And if necessary, get legal advice from the ministry or something?
I think this matter went up to the ministry, referred to it as some revenues that are taken away from the councils. I think there was even a meeting involving all the stakeholders.
Yeah, but the meeting that you had with the ministry in respect of the revenues taken away from council, those had to do with the car park fees. They had to do with the livestock fees. I don't recall anything about, pardon, yes, on the billboards. I don't recall anything about district tribunal fees.
As part of those ones, they are also discussed.
Pardon?
Those things were also discussed as some of the revenues that are taken away from the councils.
Okay.
Yes.
But the other revenue that you're talking about, the billboards, the livestock, the car park, these were actually, so like the livestock, there's a legislation that took that away from you. The car park is some other regulation or something that all of you came up with and agreed to, as far as I remember.
Yes.
But the one about the district tribunal fees, it's provided for in legislation.
Yes.
So what did the ministry say about it?
Well, since then, nothing has come out because...
No, but I mean, what was the conclusion of the meeting about your tribunal fines and fees?
That we can only have the fines that involves our defaulters who defaulted in paying the tax. We can only have fines on that. And even those ones are not forthcoming.
But those ones would only be forthcoming if you actually took people to the tribunal.
Exactly.
If you actually summon them for arrears.
Yes.
But you don't summon anybody for arrears. You have arrears in the millions usually, is that not right?
Yes, arrears in millions.
Right.
Yes.
And so if you actually summoned somebody to the tribunal and you had judgment in your favor and they were ordered to pay fines, there's actually ways to execute to get that money back. So I'm just wondering why it is that you have such a high non-collection rate of revenue and you don't use the avenues that are available to you.
I could remember sometime 2022 last year, we took some few people to court.
Took 2 people?
Few of them.
Like how many?
Defaulters. I could not remember exactly. We served them with the court fines, but I think those people later they paid. They paid back their money.
They paid the money?
Yes.
So if you see that that has worked, why have you not implemented it for all your defaulters?
Yeah, we should have implemented for all the defaulters because
I know you should have, but I'm saying why did you not?
Well, we are not able to do it.
You're not able to?
Please speak into the mic. We are not getting your evidence clearly.
I said we did not do it.
And why is this? Is it that the council didn't need the money?
We need the money.
So then why are you not trying to get the money? You seem to be very good at asking for loans and asking for government subventions, but the one that is within your control, you don't seem to do.
Yeah, I could remember we served lot of letters to these people. When we serve, it works very well. So
when was this?
In 2022.
You said you served a few people.
Yes, in the district of around Woolly, in the Woolies.
In Woolly East?
Yes.
Only?
That is where it stopped, yes.
How many districts do you have?
We have 7 districts.
Okay.
Yes.
So the bulk of your revenue, you haven't done anything about collecting?
Yes. We didn't reinforce it. There should be reinforcement.
Pardon?
I said we didn't reinforce it. There should be reinforcement, but there was no reinforcement.
Okay. So one of the issues that came up in the meeting of the 31st May 2022, said that the IT manager said that there are not enough machines, but strategies can be put in place to foster collection. He suggested that each day should be allocated to a particular unit. He informed the meeting that he's working with some institutions to remedy the issue of machines. Both the IT manager and Honorable Trawale agreed that some collectors are not taking their work seriously. Honorable Kanute and Honorable Drame both echoed similar sentiments, adding that some collectors do not start collection early and close as early as 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. The Director of Finance said that they have been doing tactical strategies to ensure that collection progresses. He said that he is not aware that some collectors close that early. Adding to the discussions, the Vice Chairman said that the General Council meetings are becoming a waste of taxpayers' money since no punishment is meted out on defaulters. He opined that some disciplinary measures should be enforced, especially on junior collectors whose inefficiencies result in financial deficits. He then said that strategies should be put in place in order to bring money to the council, to which Honorable Danso agreed. So you've actually seen that you have issues with your revenue collectors, and your Director of Finance, who's their boss, does not seem to know anything about it. Now, your council has said that something should be done, disciplinary measures should be taken. Did anything happen?
Yes, like I said, these reports were presented at the General Council, but there was no resolution passed for me to implement their decision.
And what did management do about that? Did you remind them? Did you, do something? Sorry, I was saying that what did management do? Did you remind them? Or did you point it out? Did you do anything to take it a step further?
While we are waiting for the decision from the General Council, we've called the concerned collectors and we've talked to them. Could remember myself and the finance director and the line managers. We talked to them that the closing time, the starting time is 8 o'clock and the closing time is 4. So you have to continue working up to 4 and you have to start work as early as 8 o'clock. But
so
for the people, for the market collectors and Lumo collectors, normally they are there before 8.
So I just wanted to understand,
yes.
Are you saying that you can't issue a memo to the staff without a resolution from the General Council?
We can issue a memo, but when anything that goes to the General Council, I have to wait for their resolution.
Okay, so like in this case where they've already said that something should be done and all that, and these are your revenue collectors, you said you had a conversation with them. Why did you not issue a memo to them, each individual defaulter? Because I'm sure that they were named.
Yes, I said while we are waiting for the resolution from the General Council, we had a conversation with them and we told them that anything could come out of this. And once anything come out of it, we'll implement it to the latter. But like I said, these 2 reports were never implemented because there was no resolution that was passed giving me the directions to go ahead and take actions against the concerned staffs.
Why were no resolutions passed?
Well, I think the General Council, that one is beyond me. I think they should be able to answer that question because I understand.
You attend these meetings, right? You're named in all these meetings. For the most part, you attend these meetings.
Yes, most part I attend.
Right. So
yes.
It's your administration that suffers when no resolutions are passed, like you said, that give you the mandate to do what you need to do. So if your administration is suffering and you're attending these meetings, when you go back, do you not say, well, I'm still waiting for a resolution to be passed. Nothing has been done. You said this. I need help. It's like you just attend and give a report. You need something from them. You're saying you need something from them to do what you need to do.
Yes.
Every month you go to the meeting. You're not getting what it is that you need. Do you bring it up? I've not seen anywhere where you said anything.
No.
So I don't understand. How are you helping yourself?
Yes, this particular reports, like I said, they were not even, they were just mentioned. They read their reports, but it was not adapted, and they don't reach an agreement. This is why the reports were not even shared. So
these are the council meeting minutes.
Yes, we should have taken our own step at our own end on our staff, but I believe that as part of the responsibility of the establishment committee. They are entirely responsible, not a blame game trying to shift from myself.
Yeah, but you're a member of the establishment committee.
Yes.
So can you not engage the clerk or whoever to call a meeting of the committee?
And they have the chairman.
Pardon?
I'm a member. They have a chairman of the committee.
Can you not engage the chairman to call a meeting so that you
Yes.
can deal with these issues?
Yes.
But you did not.
Yeah, because the directives should come from the general council.
So it seems like everybody's waiting for the next person.
Yes.
So nothing will be done. Sorry, the chair has a question.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Now, Mr. Ture,
Yes.
it is evident from the records and from the documents you've submitted and we admitted in evidence
Okay.
that the issue of the GTRs
Yes.
was given to the collectors because you approved them. Is that correct?
I will not agree to that. It's not correct. Because I wrote to them, if I'm going to rescind it, I will write to them to rescind it.
You?
If I wrote to them for them to stop using the GTR,
Yes.
if I am going to stop it, I will write back to tell them that I have rescinded the decision.
Yes.
And that decision, it has to come from the General Council. Because they are aware that we are using the machines. So
Correct.
if we are stopping the machines at any point in time.
Yes, correct,
we have-
correct, Mr. Ture. But did you respond to Mr. Suso's letter that clearly indicated that it was it is in collaboration with you and your approval that the GTRs were being used? His letter of 22nd November 2022, did you respond to it?
No, the letter.
Where he
when
clearly indicated that these GTRs were done with your approval. He consulted you and you approved.
no,
Did you read the letter and made
yes,
response?
I read the letter, but I never responded because the letter, I felt the letter was not directed to me. I was also waiting for the ministry to ask for my response to his response.
No, Mr. Ture.
Yes,
The letter was copied to you.
it was copied to me, yes.
Yes, it was copied to you. So you have authority to respond to the letter.
Well, I only believe that when the letter is addressed to you, then you can respond. But it's copied to
there were
me,
some
they are bringing it to my notice. So
Yes.
I was also waiting for them, when he sent back this letter to them, I was also waiting for them to write back to me and said, CEO, the letter that was sent to us was from the establishment committee. But the allegations made on Mr. Lamin Suso, he has denied some of the allegations, like the issue of the GTR. Can you please shed light on that? But I have never received any such letter from them. So this is why I never responded.
Okay, but did you think it was prudent for you not to have responded because he made allegations specifically stating in that letter that it was in collaboration with you that they were using the GTRs and the POSs?
No. It was very prudent that I should also reply back. But like I say, I'm going back to what I have said. If the letter was addressed to me, then I will. But they copied me for my attention. So I thought when the letter goes back to them, they will also write back for me to say, because the letter that he's responding was not written by me. It was written by the establishment committee. So he's replying back to that allegation. So whatever he put in his letter.
Mr. Ture, we will take your evidence.
Yes.
But we believe that you as the CEO
Yes.
and the Director of Finance making such allegations, you should not have waited for the ministry to write asking you to respond to some of these issues that are raised in the letter. That is my opinion.
No, that your opinion is right.
Yes. So let's go to the next issue.
Okay.
The issue of the portfolio for the Director of Finance.
Yes.
It is contained in your documents that you, Basse Area Council, and you are part of that. That is the council that
Yes.
recommended for the appointment of the Director of Finance. Is that correct?
That is correct. Because at least...
Based on what? Because we have been taken through what the requirements were for the position of the Director of Finance. And also, before you reply, note that you said you were not having issues until mid and towards end of 2021.
Yes.
When the Director of Finance reported for duty in Basse.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the recommendations came well after the mid and end of 2021. So
yes.
what do you have to tell us about that?
Yeah, it was true that when they sent a list of candidates who applied for Basse Area Council, among them it was Babukar MJ Kante, and I could remember there was another one with bachelor's, but that one is bachelor's in, I think is a teacher in economics. I could remember they sent those three first. So based on that, his long-term experience, and also with the information that he is also pursuing.
Mr. Ture, tell us what was
yes.
the rationale?
This is what I mean. This is what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yes.
You are not telling us everything. So you tell us everything. Why did you have to, after realizing everything, you understand, you still went on ahead to recommend him from the level of the council for him to be appointed?
And now I understand. For his,
yes,
for his confirmation in the appointment.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you can see it should be...
the question is why?
It took me for a long period before I can come to, I'll be able to write this recommendation. And I found it very, very difficult.
Why? You know, I'm not asking you whether it took long. Why did you have to do it? After you yourself, in the documents that you have submitted to us, which we have admitted, you have written severally. Let me refer you.
Okay.
You wrote on the 30th of August 2022.
Yes.
Yes. You wrote there was a council meeting and recommendations were made on the 8th of November 2021.
Yes.
Right? And these were all issues that were coming up as a result of the actions of the finance director, right?
Yes.
And on the 17th of November 2022, the ministry wrote back to you as CEO, right?
Yes.
All of this are evidence of what you know with respect to the performance of the Director of Finance. So now why?
Yes. I said I found it very difficult, but finally I have to do it. I say I found it very difficult, but finally I have to do it. I have to recommend it.
Were you pressured to write this confirmation letter?
Well, I will not say that I was pressured by...
But what was your reason for confirming this? For confirming this, his appointment?
It's something that I did, and I definitely regret it afterwards.
Please speak into the mic.
I said it's something that I did, but I regret it afterwards.
All right. So now, on the issue of the vouchers, you talked about the CEO in 2022 when he was coming.
Director of Finance.
Director of Finance. He brought along some vouchers.
Invoices.
Invoices.
Yes, pre-printed invoices.
You printed invoices.
Pre-printed. They were
pre-printed invoices.
Yes, with the logo of the
So was that in line with what the financial manual is saying?
No, it is not in line, because the financial manual, what it stated there should be government printers, not private printers.
Okay.
Based on those reasons and other reasons.
Was he the one that was supposed to have custody of those documents in the first place? Was it not at the level of the finance department, at the accounts section? if there are supposed to be those documents?
They should be at the finance department.
Not him. Having
He is the head of the finance department.
Yes, but the vouchers or whatever it is, these are documentations that are initiated by the lower cadre in the finance department, not him.
No, he's the one who brought them.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. I
Yes.
said naturally,
Yes.
based on how the finance department works. It is the accounts clerks, the cashiers, etc., the staff at the lower cadre. These are the people that prepare these vouchers. They are the ones that prepare these invoices. What does the finance director have to do with those documents?
Well,
Even though he is the head, but these things get to him when they are all prepared and done. Is that not the case?
Yes.
So that is why I'm asking.
But those ones were never put into use, to my knowledge, in Basse. So the GTRs that the government printed, GTRs, official GTRs,
Yes.
that he was having,
Yes.
he has handed over those ones to Malafi.
Yes.
Those ones were under Malafi's custody.
So the invoices.
The
Why-
invoices, they were never put into use in Basse Area Council.
So which ones did he bring? Is it
The ones he brought,
Yes.
they are not government printed invoices.
So
It's
he never
privately
used
printed.
them? Are you telling us that he never used them?
Not to my knowledge, because they were not accepted.
Okay. Now, you have made allegation
Yes.
that your signatures were forged.
Yes.
Were you able to go through to confirm, to really make confirmation about the forgery of your signature?
Yes, I have one check here that I was able to confirm, and I printed out.
And then what did you do?
And the other one, I went to the bank and I see it for myself, but I was not able to have the access to the check.
So now, when you realize that your signatures are being forged by the Director of Finance, what steps did you take to remedy that?
This matter was around when the...
Can you please speak?
I said this issue was around when the system audits were in Basse. So the matter was reported to the system audit. And they called...
Can you give us the date so that we can cross-check? If you cannot see it now, at lunch break you can check that. Please note it. At lunch break you will check it and give us the date and let us know when the system audit started at Basse.
In October. The check is here that I have...
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. When was the check written?
6th October 2022.
Yes. So when did they, when were the auditors at the Basse Area Council to do the system audit?
This time the auditors were there.
Huh?
They started 1st October.
Can you confirm the date for us? Please note it. to
Okay, I will
confirm
note
the
it and
time,
confirm
the
the
date.
date, yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
And yes, you have also talked about the issue of the 5C agreement. You have written, I said the date
Yes.
when the auditors came in to do the system audit.
Okay.
You have given us the date on the check.
Okay.
Now, you have given us, you've raised the issues with the defects in the agreement between 5C and the council. Is that the case?
Yes.
And you pointed out some fundamental defects in the agreement.
Yes.
And you highlighted some certain issues.
Yes.
And amongst them is the fact that there was no review clause.
Yes.
And also there was no exit clause.
Yes. And the joint bank account.
Yes. And
Yes.
that was when? That was way back in early 2020.
Early 2020, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And then you also raised a fundamental issue about the baseline being incorrect and it's based on assumption. Right?
Okay.
Mr. Ture?
Yes, okay, the letter that we are talking about, let me also acquaint myself with that.
We can give you time. Lunch break,
Okay,
you can
okay,
check it.
okay. There is a review of the partnership contract agreement and other related documents. Is
Yes.
it dated 20 November 2020?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, you said that you've raised those issues with the 5C agreement.
Yes. Point.
So what did you do? And, you know, what is more interesting is that you've raised the fact that the baseline was incorrect and it was based on assumptions. And you know the financial implication, because if you stay put with that sort of baseline, you know for whatever monies the 5C will be entitled to would be based entirely on the agreement that you signed.
Yes.
So what did you do to make sure that you take steps to review this agreement, knowing fully well that fundamentally something went wrong when the baseline issue was discussed and the agreement was reached?
Yes. I think we were invited to a meeting.
When was that?
I have the email. I will.
Yes, you will provide when
I'll
we come
provide
back
the email.
from-
Yes.
Yes.
And we discuss issues, all these issues
Yeah.
that I have highlighted here, and we all agree that we are going to review the agreement.
And
But because we are defaulted.
no, wait.
Okay.
Wait for the light to come back, because they have to take your evidence.
Okay.
Thank you.
yaa ko laajte QCell jox la ko yokkute am na si suñ promo bu bees bii di suñu bundle mega promo léegi mun ngaa dugga si internet bi si noo ko buggee ak num gën a yombee jëndal suñ data bundle package boo bugga te nga am si wàññite bu màgg dialal star 303# pour nga mun a jëfandikoo internet bi si network bu gën a yaatu jëndal 20 megabytes data bundle léegi si juróom-ñaari dërëm ak genn wàlla bu dul loolu nga jënda biga bundle lu dem ba 20 gigabytes waaw dégg nga ma 20 gigabytes data bundle ak suñ mega promo bundles bi mun ngaa jëfandikoo internet bi waxtaan si lu yàgga ñu jokkale la saa su ne fu ne pour am si lu leer mun ngaa call QCell customer care si 111 QCell ñoo xaali yoon bi ñeneen toppa lii dafa ànd ak sarta yuñ tëral.
The art of juggling is a true spectacle of agility, coordination, and speed. A symbol of progression, precision, and mastery. .5G speed is like having the juggler in your pocket. With lightning-fast download and upload speeds, you'll easily be able to juggle even the busiest workdays. Whether you're a busy entrepreneur, a creative, or just someone who wants to stay connected. Juggle your tasks with ease with QCell 5G speed. The future is here. It's fast, reliable, and efficient. First brought to you by QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Yes, so what did you do?
I said we had a meeting,
Yes,
and at that meeting we agreed that we're going to review
yes,
the partnership agreement.
yes,
But because we were indebted,
yes.
we should pay them at the end of 2020, and we are not able to pay them. So that makes it very difficult for us to call them to review it again.
I'm not hearing you. Please speak into the mic.
I said we defaulted,
Yes.
but we should have paid them in December 2020, after the first 6 months.
Yeah.
But we defaulted. As a result, we are not able to call them to come and look at some of the issues that I've highlighted here. So there are a good number of reasons here, but most of the reasons, most of the Other things they have consented to that. But basically, number 2, that we have not done anything about that is the baseline.
But you've called 5C to discuss the way forward and to finally agree on a global sum that you need to pay them, and you made a part payment. So when you called him for that discussion, why didn't you discuss globally some of the things that you thought was not correct in the agreement with a view to correcting it, so that since you are willing to pay, when you pay, you will know that you have a better agreement in place? Why didn't you do that?
Yes, like I said, when we discuss about these issues, we're able to implement almost all of them, but except for the baseline.
But why didn't you discuss the baseline? The baseline is what will give you what is going to incur you liability.
We discussed the baseline, but we are not able to reach an agreement because we should pay them on that before we change it.
So that was the condition.
That was the condition. Yes.
Now they ask you, yes, they instructed you, that is 5C, to do tax verification. What was it for?
Because they want to know the areas where we normally collect tax, and that can be seen in this framework agreement that we have with them. We have done that. Is already in the framework agreement.
But it is also said.
Yes.
You understand that they instructed you to do the tax verification, and they came back again to stop the tax verification that they asked you to do. Why was that it?
Exactly. The tax verification, they instructed us to set up a team for the tax verification. I have a letter here that I wrote to them about that. For us to identify individuals that are not council staffs, for them to go on to verify. They did the verification because it incurs cost.
But they stopped it.
They stopped it because they were not able to pay for those people. Yeah. So this is why it is mentioned here that they stopped them, and since then they are not able to pay them because they promised them that they are going to pay them. So finally they pay them, but we have to make a series of follow-up.
Is it their responsibility to do tax verification?
Yeah, they came up with the idea.
But I am asking you, as CEO of the council,
yes,
is it their responsibility to do tax verification of your council?
It's not their responsibility. It should be our responsibility.
So why did you give them the authorization to do so?
No, they demanded for it, and we give it to them.
But
and
you know that it is not for them to do that. But why did you give them the authorization?
Sorry, ma. They said they are going to pay for them because the council at that time will not be able to pay for the verification team.
No.
Yes.
You are getting my point. You are not getting my point.
Okay. Sorry. I
said, giving the issue of sensitivity of tax.
Yes.
Right? Why did you give them authorization? I asked you before, I said, is it their responsibility to do tax verification? You said no, it is not their responsibility. Right?
Yes.
Is that not what you said?
Yes.
I said, so why did you have to approve for them to do the tax verification?
Yes. I remember these are partners.
Yes.
It is in their interest as well as in our interest, yes, to have a tax verification team.
Yes.
So where one party is not able to have it, is not able to do it, and the other party has come up with the interest to do it, yeah, based on that we allow them because we believe that they have the funds to pay for it.
So
that was the only reason.
So now was it not you put the cart before the horse? Because this tax verification ought to have been done and you get the data before you enter into this kind of agreement. Is that not the situation?
Yes.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I just wanted to ask something in respect of the questions that were asked by the chair about the confirmation of the Director of Finance position. You had written to recommend that he be confirmed to the position?
Yes.
When was that?
I couldn't remember the date. The date is on the letter. Yes.
May we be guided? Chair?
Because it is.
Do you have the date for when the CEO wrote to recommend, okay, for the confirmation of the Director of Finance?
Thank you. Sorry. I don't have the date here, but
That's fine.
it is from the letter that the Director of Finance sent to the Ministry that indicated that he was responding to their allegations, and he indicated that actually his appointment and confirmation is based on their recommendation.
Okay.
So he has to give us the date.
Okay. Thanks. So, Mr. Chair, can you find out what date that was? But my question really was, did you get the backing of the General Counsel to make this recommendation?
Yes, this is why it took a long time before we did the recommendation, because even the ministry, they have been calling, they didn't write formally to say why you don't recommend, but they have been calling several times. Your Director of Finance is overdue for recommendation, you should recommend.
Okay, so
yes.
Who or how did this issue come up in the General Counsel? Who brought it up?
I think in one of the General Council meetings, I took it there and...
You took it there? What did you say, or what did you tell the council? Or how did you...
I'm sorry, I don't think the matter has gone to the General Council.
It did not go to the General Council?
It did not go to the General Council.
Then, so the General Council did not sanction the recommendation?
Yeah, they don't sanction the recommendation.
You took it upon yourself to recommend for the confirmation of the Director of Finance?
Yes.
But you wouldn't issue a memo to your staff without the General Counsel passing a resolution. So how is it that you took it upon yourself to recommend for the Director of Finance to be confirmed to the position by yourself?
Yes, like I said, I did it and I regret it.
No, so we understand that. I want to know why you did it.
No, there was no reason. Like I said, I've been comforted.
You just decided that you like the Director of Finance and you risk your position to recommend that he be confirmed, when you won't risk your position to recommend anything about your junior staff.
Yes.
Are you and the Director of Finance that close?
Whether I'm in?
Are you and the Director of Finance that close?
No, we are not that close.
So why would you risk your position for him?
Well, like I said, this has happened.
No,
it has happened.
we understand that it has happened, but we want to understand the why behind it.
The why, I cannot explain the why.
Why is it that you cannot explain the why? Because it's easy to say that it happened and you regretted it.
It took me a long time before, because like after his, because I think it should be 6 months after his appointment, but you can see it's almost close to a year or after a year.
We understand all of that. We get all of that. That is clear from the facts. What is not clear is the reasoning behind it. That's why I asked you, do you have a relationship with the Director of Finance? Yesterday I asked you whether he had something over all of you that made you behave the way that you behave, because it is quite unexplainable why basic things that you can do by yourself you will not do because you say you're waiting for the General Counsel's resolution.
Yes.
Something as serious as confirming your Director of Finance, after you yourself have said that he's terrible at his job. Something like that, you take it on yourself to do without a General Counsel resolution.
Yes, I could remember I was even...
I understand that, Mr. Ture.
Yes.
So, like I said, it's the reason behind it we want to know.
The why, this is why I said I didn't have an answer to the why. I'm sorry, ma.
But he doesn't have anything over you. You don't owe him anything.
No.
He's not your friend.
No. We are just
but you
working
would risk,
together.
You would risk your job for him.
So it happens.
I see. Sure. My colleague wants to ask you some questions.
Yes, so I believe I heard you say that it was very, very much difficult to recommend the Director of Finance. Did you say that?
Yes.
Why was it difficult?
Yeah, because after all what he has been doing, for me to put pen on the paper and to say that he is fit for the position and he is recommended for the position, that was why I said it was very difficult for me.
So after all he had done...
Finally, I have to do it.
After all he had done prior to you recommending him,
yes,
you thought he was not fit to be recommended.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
I could remember I was even cautioned by somebody, anonymous, to say, but you are putting all these adjectives recommending the Director of Finance when you actually know that what you are writing are not true about him. But with all that, I continue to...
And what did you tell that anonymous person who cautioned you?
I don't even pay heed to what he's saying.
Why is that?
I don't know.
So what I'm trying to understand now is,
yes,
you are saying it is difficult, but then are you saying what you wrote in the recommendation letter, you did not agree with it? You do not agree with the words in the recommendation letter?
That's why I said I regretted it after doing it.
Just first answer the question. You don't agree with what you wrote, basically. The recommendation that he should get the job as Director of Finance, all the words you have put in relation to recommending him.
Yes.
Was the words would have to be akin to him being fit to for the purpose, being able to do the job, having integrity as well. But all these things you don't agree with what you have said in the letter.
I agree with you, yes.
So you don't agree with anything you say. So you were given false information when you wrote the letter to the commission recommending him.
You may be right to say that.
I may be right. I want to understand whether I am right or I am wrong.
You are right.
And now the question now would be, what forced you to write false statements in the recommendation letter to the commission?
Yeah, like I said, it has been very difficult. And finally, I have to do it.
We have already discussed that.
Yes.
The idea now is, you know what you have said in the letter is wrong. It's
Yes.
totally false.
Yes.
You know at the time you were informing the commission about the personality, the competence of the Director of Finance, all those things were extremely false. You lied to the commission when you told them the Director of Finance was fit for the job, was competent for the job, and has the personality and the character for the job. You lied to them, and you said, when I say that it's true. Is that not the case?
When you say that it's true, yes.
Yes. Now I am saying, what must have made you go that far to actually lie and misrepresent facts to the commission for them to employ the Director of Finance?
Well, I cannot explain that.
You should be able to explain. It's either you are part of the problem, you have done certain things with the Director of Finance, hence the reason as to why you would recommend him.
No.
You had withdrawn monies from the account of the Director of Finance, the alternate account.
No, I saw Usman Toure there.
You had withdrawn monies, have you?
That Usman Toure, I saw Usman Toure, but it was on me. I never withdrew any money from
Have you ever withdrawn money from the Director of Finance account?
No, I could not remember.
You could not remember?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw Usman Toure on the
Was
list.
that you?
It was on me.
You said you could not remember.
You can
Now
check
let me
his
just
account
ask you
and
one
account
time.
details.
Have you ever withdrawn money from the Director of Finance account?
No.
Have you ever taken money from him physically?
Physically?
Yes.
Yes, when he's paying me, I could remember when he was paying me my per diem. I could remember
Your per diem for
when I traveled to America.
Were you not the individual that the Director of Finance gave $100,000 when the subvention was paid to the account?
Yeah, the $100,000 was meant for me to go and repay.
Did he give you money
from
the subvention that was given by the government to pay to the area council's account?
Council, you are very right, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Just answer the question.
Yes.
Green Vision. The monies that were the overpayment, were you not aware of these things?
When it was done, it was after.
Were you not aware of the overpayments by Green Vision?
He only came to inform me that it was a mistake. I was not aware.
Were you aware of the overpayments by Green Vision?
When it was done, but at the time of when he was doing it, I wasn't aware.
At the time you were not aware?
Yes.
But when it was done?
Yes, I was aware. The Green Vision called me and said that you have overpaid us.
The revenue collectors paying to the Director of Finance, you were aware all times?
Yes.
Yes, and you never did anything about it?
I never relented.
Yes. The Director of Finance had been giving you money.
I will not agree to that.
No, you will agree. You have already agreed that he had given you $100,000.
Yes.
So you will be very much dishonest to say you don't agree to that.
No.
No, what?
I'm sorry, sir. But that $100,000 was meant purposely. We discussed it. It was meant purposely for the loan that we have taken from one Mr. Forgery.
There was no loan taken. You had a relationship with the Director of Finance. You took money from him. That is why you could never report the Director of Finance. You could never, as CEO, take any steps that you were supposed to take to correct what was happening in the area council. All you could have done at the time was be very much nice with him in trying to solve problems, but you could never escalate the problem because you were as a problem as the Director of Finance is at the area council. You know that.
Yes, council. Yeah, that may be your opinion, but I will not agree to that. Because he's giving me money. This is why I've never escalated.
Why would you take?
All the problems that have been happening, I have never relented.
Why would you take money?
If I am part of the problem,
yes.
If I am part of the problem, I would not have reported. Yes.
Sorry, Mr. Ture. Can we have decorum, please?
Okay.
So that we can.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Let us.
Council, I'm very sorry.
Yes,
I apologize for that.
Yes, let us have decorum.
All right.
And
did you not the 3 wards that you have withdrawn money from the ward account? The Bajakunda, is it Bajakunda ward account? Are you aware of those three wards?
Bajakunda, Sabi, and Gambisara.
Did you take part in it?
Yes, I took part.
When was this?
I think Bajakunda, it was in June.
Which year?
2022.
2022.
Yes.
You took monies from these accounts.
Yes.
Did you follow due process?
We follow the due process because these people they make sure that their words are informed.
The finance director said.
Let me explain. Like for example,
let me help you.
Okay.
The finance director testified and said no due process was followed. No payment vouchers were raised. Now, can you respond to that? Were payment vouchers raised?
For the expenditures?
Yes.
That was his responsibility to raise the payment vouchers.
It was. No, let me respond to that.
Okay.
It is your primary responsibility
Yes.
to cross-check and make sure before you
Yes.
sign any check,
Yes.
the finance director has done his job.
Yes.
You have the overall responsibility, bigger than the finance director, bigger than everyone in the area council.
I agree with you.
So were payment vouchers raised?
These were
First, answer the question. Were payment vouchers raised?
I expected they should be.
Don't tell me what you expect. Were payments vouchers raised at the time when you withdrew money from these accounts?
No, they were not raised at that time.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that is why I am telling you, you had cause to deal with the finance director in very much unlawful terms, violating all rules and regulations. So therefore you could not. When the time was near, you could not but recommend for his appointment. That was why you said it was difficult. You knew what he was doing. You didn't take action, but it was difficult because for some of them you took part in it.
No, I will not agree that I took part in them.
Yes, we'll come back to that anyways.
Okay.
But let me hand over you to.
Okay, no problem. All right.
Chair, I stand to be guided, but I believe this is a convenient point.
Mr. Ture?
Yes.
You said as of the 3rd of April 2023, you were going to reconcile the so-called debt of 400,000 that the council owed to the Director of Finance, which he withdrew from Vista Bank.
Yes.
Did you do the reconciliation?
Yes, he came with receipts that he has paid 250,000.
No, you said
Yes.
in your personal capacity
Yes.
that you will do the reconciliation when you come.
With him, yes?
Yes, with him.
Yes.
Did you do the reconciliation, and
Yeah.
were you satisfied that what he said was true?
I was never satisfied.
You are not satisfied?
I wasn't satisfied because I didn't agree to the reason why he said he has spent the money for and the reason why he withdrew the money.
And also, what about the documentation and the process?
He didn't bring any documentation as to how he spent the money.
No. Now, the letter
Yes.
that this letter where you made this reference of the third, was this letter written while you were on vacation, or was it after you've come back from vacation?
The third of
The April 23rd, 2023.
April 23rd. It was when I returned. I was already here.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I came back.
So you wrote the letter when you came back.
Yes.
Now, you said it is your firm belief that the council needed to be salvaged from, I'm quoting your words,
Yes.
from the jokes of financial mismanagement and misappropriation. Now, you were aware that all of this was happening,
Yes.
and what prevented you from taking the necessary steps?
Yeah, all these things were happening, but like I said, I have never relented.
Yeah?
I have never relented. Yes, because I have done internally. Because I should start with the council internally before I go out. Yes, and I did that.
So, but you said you've done that internally.
Yes.
And you've been taking through the fact that some of these issues were not properly dealt with at the council level, right?
Yes.
Because the council could not agree, as you said,
Yes.
to write the resolutions to take definitive steps.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So the next higher authority is who?
It's the ministry.
So what did you do?
This is why I recommended them for us to bring the auditors from the ministry.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, on the issue of suppression of collection,
Yes.
what did you do about it, pursuant of what is contained in Section 406 of the Financial Manual?
Yes, the suppression and leakages of financial.
No.
Yes.
Please read what Section 406 says of the manual.
Okay. That all monies collected should be banked with immediate effect on pre-numbered bank deposit slips. Yes.
Yes. And then the most important part of the statement is what?
Maybe you remind me on that, please.
No check or cash
Yes.
substitution
Yes.
shall be made from revenue collected. And this is exactly what you were doing. What they say you should not do, that is what the council was doing.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, because there were no proper financial management. We have.
I can see that you understand the manual very well.
Yes.
But you fail to implement what, you understand, the manual is telling you to do,
Yes.
right? I think you have, yes, okay.
Mr. Ture,
Yes.
it is now evident that you imposed the Director of Finance to the Basse Area Council. And that was the reason why he sat there and bragged that he's qualified for the job. That was why he was appointed. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that.
That he is qualified for the job and that was the reason why he was appointed?
No, he was not qualified for the job.
He was not qualified for the job?
Based on the criteria set.
But then you traded somebody who was qualified for him. Somebody with a master's degree who applied.
Now this confirmation was when he was appointed already. And they request for a recommendation from the ministry, from the council. When he was already appointed, after a 1 year, he should be, after 6 months, he should have his confirmation. So they need a recommendation from the council.
Well, yesterday you told us that the establishment committee approved his appointment.
Yeah, that is when a list was sent to the council for the council to go through. So among that list, he has the upper hand above them because of his long experience among those candidates, because there were only three at that time. But when that letter was sent, the letter, I think that advertisement, because none of them were qualified, then it was re-advertised, and the establishment committee and other people went back there again. I was not part of that team. They went back to the ministry and they did a shortlisting of candidates who are going for the interview. And when the establishment committee chairperson returned, he told me that for this last shortlisting that we have done, that Rosuso was not shortlisted. But to our surprise, we see him appointed as Director of Finance.
So then I was right when I said he was handpicked. When I told him that he was handpicked.
Yes,
because apparently it seems as if going round and round and round, he was identified to be the director at the Basse Area Council.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, just few questions.
Okay.
When did you travel to the US?
On the 19th of March.
Which year is that?
I traveled twice. First, it was the 17th to Chicago. That was in 2020.
17th of what?
Of June.
June.
Yes.
2020.
2022.
And the second?
Is this 23rd of March 2023.
2023.
Yes.
So the first travel, what was it for?
It was for me to attend a conference organized by Institutes of Internal Auditors.
The second?
The second was a conference organized by the UN on water.
How much were you paid per diem for the first one?
The first one I was supposed to be paid 230 pounds for 6 days, but the payment I could remember. I received 40, 30. I received 70,000.
Which year was that? All in the same year?
No, the 2022 one.
No, I mean for the year 2020. Were you paid per diem?
No, I mean the 2022.
I mean the first travel. Were you paid per diem?
Yes, I was paid per diem.
When were you paid your per diem? In 2020?
Not 2020, 2022.
In 2020?
I traveled in 2022 and 2023.
You said you traveled 2020?
No, I said, sorry for that, but I said I traveled in 2022 and in 2023.
Let's take it back again. Your first travel was in 2022?
Yes.
That was at the 17th of June?
Yes.
2022?
Yes.
And the second one?
In March
2023?
2023, yes.
And you were paid per diem?
Yes, for the
before or after?
Partly before, and the rest when I came back.
How were you paid? These per diems?
When I came back, the 30,000 was given to me by Director of Finance.
By Director of Finance was given to you? How?
Yes. I raised a check of 50,000 that was sent to Ajib Bank on the 9th of September. On the 9th of September, the check was the check dated 9th September 2021.
Were you given any cash?
That very day, yes, 30,000.
Cash by the Director of Finance?
30,000 from that, that was collected, and the 20,000 was remaining with him for him to take care of the other.
While you were traveling, did he give you any cash?
40,000, yes.
$40,000, yes. How was it given to you? Is it through his own pocket?
No, it was Daba Kurbal.
Daba Kurbal gave you cash?
Yes.
Was there any payment voucher for that?
There should be a payment voucher. I could remember signing a payment voucher for that.
For that?
Yes.
And then it was paid to you?
Yes.
Did the finance director from his own pocket give you money?
From his own pocket?
Yes.
No, I could not remember that.
Any of these travels? Is either
no,
it happened or it never happened?
No,
There's nothing like you can't remember.
That one I could not remember. This
I am saying there is no room for you cannot remember. I am telling you, if someone gives you money, you would know whether he had given you money or not. Just say he never gave you money or he gave you money.
He gave me 30,000 on the 9th of September.
9th of September?
Yes, that money was cash from the council's account.
From council's account. Did he give you any money from his own personal account, from his own personal money?
No.
At any given time?
No.
So there was no issue of pre-finance for your travel?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe it's a convenient point to stop. Registrar, can you take the exhibits?
That's yours. You go back, right?